Good afternoon, everybody. Can somebody just pop in the chat and tell me that the audio is okay? Anybody that's there, if you just pop, thank you. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, we're just going to wait for a few more to join. So I'm just going to pause the recording. When we have a few more people, we'll begin in a few more minutes. Okay. Hi guys, thank you for joining. This is the weekly webinar for native English writers. It's probably going to be a slightly shorter one today. Thank you for everybody that's here. So it's the usual format. What we're going to do first of all is have a recap. Take a look at what tasks are available this week. And then following on from last week, which is when I talked about how to be a productive writer, this week I'm going to talk about now that I'm a productive writer. Then we're going to have our usual Q&A. So if anybody has any questions, they can be thinking about those now and putting them in the chat. Hopefully we'll get a few more questions because it can get a little bit lonely without any. And then finally, I'll just give you my email once again, which is Claire with an I and an E at wordapp.com. So let's begin, guys, and take a look at the task feed. And this is also a weekly recap as well. If you remember last week, we had 25 clinic review tasks still remaining. Now, the whole project had 33 tasks in it, and I set myself a target of trying to get all of that project finished by the end of November. I thought it was a pretty tall order, but you guys have come through and we have completed the project. So thank you so much, everybody, for all your hard work. You really pulled out the stops. I got some really great content. We had some new writers and some of our older writers. You really did a great job. So thank you very much, guys. So this week, now that all those are done, that's almost the end of hair transplants, clinic reviews for a little while. What we do have this week is some casino maintenance tasks. So what these involve, I have around about 25 of these tasks, and they are around about 1,000 words each. And I think they are pretty easy tasks. I'm just going to go to the task feed, and as you can see here, scrolling down, we have things like Indian sports, history of roulette, poker players, baccarat players, roulette and blackjack players. These are all, I think, pretty fun and easy tasks to do. All they require is, for example, if you were going to write about poker players, as soon as you open it up, you will have 5 headers with 5 different poker players. It's just a case of writing a little bit of a few hundred words, a couple of hundred words on each poker player, which is quite fun and interesting, much easier than doing the clinic reviews. So hopefully you guys will be able to get that project done and wrapped up for me this week. I am looking to start another project which will be up later in the week. For guys that have your badge 4, I have 10 sites that are available to set up. And we also have some texts that are for Helene and Sanna's hair transplant satellite sites. And you find these a little bit longer tasks. They're just writing articles to go on a hair transplant site. So if you want to give those a go, they will be in the task feed later. So what I wanted to talk about this week briefly is leading on from being a productive writer. So like I say, a lot of you really pulled out the stops and produced quite a lot of content. So I wanted to look at how much can you earn. So in my eyes, you're productive if you are producing around about 5,000 words a week. So how do you do that? That's just writing 5 1,000 word texts, for example. And that's pretty easy to do on a part-time basis. Just writing 1 text a day, Monday to Friday. You'd have that done in a couple of hours, and that would earn you approximately 255 euros a month. Now, if you wanted to step it up a gear and you wanted to earn around about 500 euros a month, then you would be looking at writing around about 10,000 words. So you could do that by writing 10 1,000 word texts, obviously, a week. And there are always different ways to do things. Now, if you had a target of around about 500 euros a month, you could also do that by writing 5 1,000 word texts and just setting up 1 JN site a week. And that would earn you 535 euros a month. And I think would be much easier than writing 10,000 words. And if you really wanted to step it up a gear and get your badge 4, you could write, you could set up and write 1 site a day. And that would bag you around about 1,400 euros a month. So a lot of you that are joining today are new writers that have just got your badge 3. And then we also have some older writers who are still on the badge 3 and would possibly be looking to get their badge 4. So when I'm talking about setting up a JN site, this is what it entails. So the JN sites we do are just small sites. They have a home page that you write, which has around about 500 words. Then you would write 2 sub-pages of around about 400 words and 1 blog of 300 words. So for writing the content, you would get 20 euros. But for setting up the site, you would get 50 euros. And setting up the site is really not as difficult or time consuming as you might think. So to set up a site, you first of all have to configure it. Now that might take you maybe 30 minutes. If you are very good at it and you do it all the time, you could probably configure a site in 10 minutes. You then need to set up the homepage, which in the beginning might take you an hour or 2. And the 2 sub-pages, you would make a template usually of the homepage, and you could probably do the sub pages also in an hour or two, and the blog wouldn't take long at all. So for example, you could write the site in the morning, and you could have it set up in the afternoon, and all of that would bag you 70 euros. Now, to get the 50 euros for setting up a site, you would have to write 4,000 words, and I would much prefer to set up a site than write 4,000 words. I think setting up a site is quite fun. When you are writing, it's a lot of concentration, and setting up a site is much less concentrating. You're playing around with templates and designs and logos, and it's different kind of work. So a lot of you, I know, are wanting to go ahead and get your badge 4 and be able to set up these sites. It's obviously a good way to earn money. And if you get good at setting up the JN sites, you can also set up premium sites, the casino sites, and they would get you 100 euros, and they don't take that much longer. So you would still be able to set up a premium site in a few hours or the maximum a day, and that would bag you 100 euros. But of course, you do need to do your badge 4 to be able to set up sites. So to get your badge 4, you first of all obviously need to have your badge 3, and you need to be delivering 5,000 words a week for around about 4 weeks. Once we can see that you're committed to Wordapp and you are going to be producing output for us, then we are quite happy to train you to set up these sites. So along with producing some output, I also need to see from you that you're turning up to webinars, that you're communicating with me on Skype and letting me know how much work you can do each week. You don't have to do 5,000 words every week. Obviously, people, sometimes they're sick, sometimes they're busy, sometimes they're on holiday. But as long as you're communicating with me and keeping to deadlines, and on average, you're producing 5,000 words a week, we are happy for you to go ahead and do your badge 4. So once again, I've just put my details down there. It's claire@wordapper.com. If you're not currently, you don't have my Skype ID as yet, that's detailed there. So it's claire.louise7485@gmail.com. Don't use that. Please don't email me on that. That's my Skype ID. Okay. And so as long as you're doing that, we are happy to for you to go ahead and do your badge 4. To do your badge 4, it's just a case of writing 1,500 words, which is easy enough. You can do that, and then you will have somebody that will help you to set up the site. You're not completely on your own. There are plenty of webinars available on YouTube that people have already produced. John's got a great one which talks you through it completely. You use those, and you also have a trainer. Larson may help to train you. I might help to train you. You are not on your own, and you also have 5 days to complete your badge 4, and then you can go ahead and create some sites. It's a much easier way of making money, I think. It's not for everybody. Some people like to write, but I know there are a lot of you that want to go ahead and do your badge 4. So I wanted to just take a look at some of the JN sites that people have been producing. So let's take a look at some of them. This one is one that somebody has done about Alzheimer's. So this is the homepage. This one looks like it's been built on a template. So it's very easy to create these sites. What you do is you make a global footer and a global header, and then you use the templates that we have, Neve Pro, Elementor Pro, Envato Elements. There's all of those resources that you can use, and you can build these sites on a template. Once you've built your homepage, you can use that as the basis to then create your subpages. So like you can see here, the subpage is very similar to the homepage. Okay, and this also has a blog on it. So let's take a quick look through at some other ones. This is one that is about music. This one looks like it's just been built using blocks, Elementor blocks. So it's just a case of dragging and dropping. Nothing difficult at all. Nobody is asking you to learn HTML code or CSS or anything else at all. It's just dragging and dropping. This is a nice one that Helene has built. Once again, you have a header and a footer. You make a logo. This is a nice little logo that Helene has done, and you use Canva or another resource to make your logo. This one also looks like it's been built just with blocks. Once you can do JN site, you can go ahead and make premium sites. This is a casino site. And once again, it's just very similar. It just has maybe an extra page. It doesn't take really much longer at all. Once again, same format, footer, header, logo. Here's one that I made earlier. So these are all built using templates, and it's a much easier way to make money with Wordapp rather than writing all the time. So that's basically what I have to show you today, guys. It's a little bit of a shorter webinar today. So do I have any questions, guys, about doing your badge 4? Is anybody interested in doing the badge 4, looking to do it? Has anybody got any questions? Bear with me. Okay, so Tracy is asking, once you've passed your badge 4, do you have to write the content on all the JN sites you do, or do some sites have the content that's written by Wordappers? Generally speaking, Tracy, you write the content for your site. So you'll be given a site to write. So as we have looked here, they're all different kinds of ones. It's nice to be able to do these because it takes you away from all the casinos and the hair transplants. So there are lots of different ones. You might even get a choice. So like for instance, this is one that Helene has done about vegan recipes. Here's one that I wrote, which is about politics. So generally speaking, yes, you would write the content for your site, but it doesn't take very long. Like I say, you have around about 500 words to write for your homepage. Then your subpages are just around 400 words. And then you will just write one blog post for your site, which is around about 300 words. So you can have that written in the morning and then go on to build it in the afternoon. And by the end of the day, you have made 70 euros. Obviously, you could do that every day and you are making good money. You're making 1,400 euros a month. But obviously, you might just want to build 2 sites a week or however many you wanted to write. So obviously, by doing your badge 4, it's much easier to earn money. So thanks for your question, Tracy. Do we have some more questions, please, guys? It's a little bit short at this one. Great stuff. Brian says he's looking forward to doing badge 4. Thank you, Brian. Who that's joining me today is wanting to do the badge 4? Can you pop that in the chat, guys? Brian says he's wanting to do badge 4. Anybody else? Tracy, are you looking to do your badge 4? I know you had a shot at it previously. Yes, Tracy, you're looking to do it very shortly. Anybody else looking to do their badge 4 so that we can get some sites ready for you to do? I have Tracy wanting to do the badge 4. Brian, are you ready to do your badge 4? Let's have a see. Okay, so Sherwan is saying that he'd like to try as well. So yeah, guys, as long as you are producing good content for me and you are committed to Wordapp, I'm seeing that you're writing 5,000 words, you're communicating with me on Skype, joining the webinars. I'm happy for you to go ahead and start doing the sites. So that's 3 of you there looking to go ahead and do your badge 4. Is anybody else looking to do their badge 4 that's with us today? Anybody else got any more questions? No? Okay, well, I'll just leave it another minute or so. Oh, yep, always. Okay, so Tracy, you've got a friend looking to get started on the badges. That's great. So by all means, let me know the name, Tracy, so I have the heads up. Oh, one more. And it's a lady called Bridget. Thanks, Tracy. Okay. So we've got Tracy and Brian, thank you. Shervan, anybody else? We've got a few more over here today. Anybody else want to drop anything in the chat? Anybody got any questions about this week's tasks? Anything I can help them with? Okay, so I think we are going to, oh, bear with me. No, nothing else. So I'm probably going to leave it there for today, guys. It's almost half an hour. So thank you for joining, guys. And I look forward to some more output this week. Thanks again for joining. It is noted when you join the webinar. So thank you very much, guys. And just one last one in the chat. Yep, thank you again, Tracy. So guys, we'll leave it at that, and I will see you again next week. Thanks, guys.